Let's go and fix our errors. So we have three of them, and the first one is get current weather. And if I click on the red and click on a fix, this will give me a automatically location property that I have to set. The same thing I can do for my second and for my third error. So it adds a property. So we need to pass a weather location object to our function so it will get the weather specifically for that location. So let's see, let's just create a weather location object, and then we can pass it to our getters, so they can go and get the location just to see if our update of the code works properly. So in order to create a weather location, remember it's a struct, so we can actually jump to our weather location here. Since whenever we have this in a separate file, as you remember, it doesn't autocomplete for us. So I'm going to create a weather location with a help of auto-completing the struct here. And now we can come back to our view controller, weather view controller, and I'm going to create a weather view. So let's have it a global variable here, var weather location. It's a type of weather location, and we put exclamatory mark. Then I can say, before I call my get current weather or weekly weather, I will say weather location is equals, and I'm going to create new weather location. The city, again, I'm going to set my city just to see if it works. Country code, I'm going to put my country, is the country, and the country code will be my country, and is current location, I'm going to say false. And the reason I'm putting false, because remember, we don't have our model set up yet to work with our current location, so we have an empty string here. And also, whenever it comes to current location, we're going to use GPS coordinates and not a city and country code. So we have our weather, let's put it, weather location, and now we can pass it to our functions here to get the current weather. So I can just say weather location is gonna be with a small w, and the same here and the same here. So we have our global weather location variable, which we set in our view did appear, so we give it a value. So if I run my application now, I should be able to see whatever I used to see before we started updating our location. So we have Nicosia, current date, and the temperature. Let me just check if this is working. I will put a different city in the same country, so we can check if this will get the weather. So it gets the weather for Limassol, which is almost the same, and everything else is working as we had before. So our weather location works properly, and our update of the code works as well. So what we want to do now is actually to save the name of the cities into our user defaults. So let's say our user has chosen few cities that he wants to have the weather, so we can scroll through them by clicking the plus button. And what we are going to have is the weather for current location and the weather of the cities that our user wants to save, and every time he opens the application, he will see this weather downloaded for him automatically. So what we want to do is to create an option where our user can search the city he wants to save for into his database of usernames or of city names, and then every time he comes, we are going to load these locations for him. So this is where our weather location comes handy, because now we can just create a weather location object and save it to our user defaults. And then we just load it and we pass this information to our model, and our model will go and grab the weather for that specific location. So let's see how we are going to do that.